Muted. Hey everyone. Hey, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are tuning in from in the world. My name is Naomi Empowers, and it is my honor to be able to welcome you to another episode of the Naomi Empowers Show. We do this every single Sunday at 8 p.m. British Summer Time, 3 p.m. if you are on the East Coast, and midday if you are on the West Coast. Oh gosh, these weeks seem to just be flying by. I can't believe we are here again for another Sunday session. So before we actually get into anything, let me just tell you why we do what we do. So the Naomi Empowers Show is your weekly dose of life lessons, inspiration, and empowerment. I am passionate about capturing the powerful life lessons from successful entrepreneurs within our community and making it available for the wider community to become aware, to be able to learn from, and to be able to grow and develop from. You see, too often we see people and we see the finished product. We see them when they are polished. We see them when they're looking amazing and doing incredible things. But for everyone, there is a backstory. And so the Naomi Empowers Show seeks to expose that backstory and give you a bit of a glimpse behind the scenes of what happens in these people's lives. And the idea is that you'll be able to take what is shared from these shows, the powerful lessons, and apply them to your own lives. So that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. We got some people chiming in already. Phoebe, hey Phoebe, thank you so much for joining us. And we got Melanie. Hi Melanie, thank you so much for being here with us this evening. Hey Shay, oh thank you very much Shay. Hey Nicole, good to see you. And we also have Bianca. Bianca, lovely to have you back with us again. Now, I also know we have some international, well, Bianca is definitely one of our international guests as well. But please do let us know where you are tuning in from. And before I forget, I always forget to do this every single week. If you are joining us live on Facebook, please go ahead and press that share button somewhere on the bottom of your screen to make sure that people get to see and hear what we have going on today. And for those of you who have joined us on YouTube, go ahead and press that subscribe button. But don't forget to click the notification bell so that you'll be able to hear first whenever we are live with another episode. We also, Toby, thank you so much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you here this evening. Now, something that people have been often asking me to do, and that I often forget to do, but I shall definitely do it today. So sometimes people ask, what is it that I do and how can they get involved with what I do? So for those of you who may be coming into contact with me for the first time, or perhaps you've joined us for many weeks, but have absolutely no idea what it is that I do, I'd like to let you know that I'm a transformational coach. I'm a business consultant, a speaker, corporate trainer, and author. And I'm just passionate about helping people be more, have more, and achieve more. And this weekend, we had something really special in the UK. It's called the Black Pound Day. And that was the 1st of August. Can you believe we are in August already? Honestly, time is just absolutely flying. Anyway, I decided that as part of Black Pound Day, I would introduce myself and the services that I offer. And so for those of you who are interested, there are 3 main ways that you can work with me on a one-to-one basis with my business booster session for a 6 weeks of transformational coaching, which is the mindset metamorphosis program, or 6 weeks of business coaching and consulting, which is the business deep dive. I won't go into too much detail on that here, but all the information is available on my social media account. So if you head over to my Instagram account at Naomi_empowers, you'll be able to hear all about it. Good evening, everyone. Many thanks. So we're joining from Nairobi, Kenya. Margaret, thank you so much for joining us. I love to see Africa standing up and really showing up. Wonderful. So I am excited about this evening's show. I have got a very special guest, and I will tell you a little bit about her once I bring her on to the screen. And I can see her in the green room. She's getting ready. She's got some great inspiration to be able to share with us what it is that she does. And I really want her to be able to inspire you and to pour into you. I'm going to play you a short clip to give you a little glimpse into the woman that we are bringing on. We also have some from Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. So, as I said, I'm going to play a short clip to introduce my very, very special guest. All of my guests are special, and I am so excited to introduce her to you all. And after I play this video, the next face you will see on the screen, and perhaps even the next voice that you will hear, is the voice of my new friend, Sarah Ize-Iyamu. So everyone, stay tuned. Hey, Sarah.
How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you doing this? Well, afternoon for you, evening for me. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me on your show, Naomi.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for agreeing, and thank you so much for being here. Now, Sarah, I know we met in a very interesting way. I had the pleasure of meeting Sarah a few months ago, back in May, actually. In fact, I say meeting. I've never met Sarah in the flesh. I've actually never met her. However, we connected in a Facebook group. We had one Zoom conversation, I remember, and it lasted for hours. Honestly, I feel like I've known this girl my entire life. That's how we spoke for hours that day. And we did it again just the other day, and again spoke for hours. And when I spoke with her, I thought, do you know what? I really need to get this woman onto my show. She has so much value to add. So Sarah, thank you so much for accepting my invitation and being here with us this evening. And we've got people in the comments already saying hi. So Shay says, hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jay. Hi.
Oh, boom. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. Okay, so let me just throw out a disclaimer right now. So I've got my children in the room. They're not normally in the room, but right now they're in the room. So if you hear any strange noises, or maybe if my lights come crashing down, just know that they're here. But this is real life. There's no pretense here.
Yes.
So Sarah, now I know that, I've had the privilege of getting to know you over the past few months. And there will be some people here, however, who've never come across you before, never met you. So as I ask all my guests to do, I'm asking you to take the floor and to introduce yourself. However, I don't want a humble introduction. I want you to let the people know who you are, how amazing you are, what it is that you do, and just a bit about your story. So over to you, Sarah. Who is Sarah?
Hey everyone, thank you guys so much for your time. I don't take this for granted. Everyone is busy, and for you to take out of your time to watch this interview, it's a lot, right? Thank you so much. So my name is Sarah Ize-Iyamu. I'm an online marketing and sales consultant, and I run an online education company where I teach people how to monetize their knowledge, how to get premium clients to buy their high ticket programs. And I also have programs on Facebook advertising and list building. So however, that is just work, right? I am usually a playful person. Even though I have my super serious side, I also have my super playful side and all. So yeah, that's the quick intro.
Now, okay, thank you. And thank you, Sarah, for letting everyone know and giving some context. I've got a few questions perhaps about your story, because again, I've said to everyone, I've actually never met Sarah. And that's probably because even if I wanted to meet Sarah today, it would be absolutely impossible. You might be able to tell from the accent that Sarah is not from our shores. So Sarah, can you give us a bit of a breakdown into your background, where you're coming from and where you are now? Let us know.
Okay, so I was born and brought up in Nigeria. Woohoo! So I grew up in Nigeria. I was there like almost all my life so far. So I moved to the US to expand my business network and all of that. So yeah, because I'm the first time we got on phone, you're like, "Ooh, you're Nigerian! Wow, okay." So like it's surprised with my accent and all of that. Yeah, so I schooled in Nigeria, did my primary school, secondary school, went to University of Lagos, schooled in University of Lagos, finished top in class. They called me back to come be an assistant lecturer, and I was like, no, burn the bridge. I want to start an online business, right?
Wow.
And here I am today. So I'm super, super grateful for the journey.
Yeah.
And every single journey in my life, everything that has happened, both good and not so good, every part of the journey has played to what has made me up today.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Sarah. And do you know what? This show is really all about the journey. And so that's really what I want us to talk about today. Yes, at some point in the show, I'll definitely ask some more questions about your business, because I'm sure there are people who definitely want to hear more. But for now, we're going to start talking about real life. And I guess I'm just going to ask you to be, as open and as honest as possible, because there is someone on here, whether watching live or on the replay, who needs to hear the message of hope and encouragement that you have today through sharing your own life story. So, you've had an exciting adventure over these past few years. As you said, you were born and raised in Nigeria, made a huge step in stepping out and coming to the US, and starting a life for yourself there. Building your online business, rejecting the more traditional route, and maybe, stepping outside of the box and doing what many would be scared to do. I would imagine that you had to really go through some real serious situations and experience some real powerful lessons along the way. I guess my question to you is, if you only had to select one lesson out of the many I'm sure you've learned along your journey, what would you say has been the most powerful, the most valuable life lesson that you have learned that has maybe shaped who you are, or perhaps brought you to the place of success that you're currently in?
Okay, number one lesson, right?
Yeah.
I would say is learn fast, take massive action fast.
Learn fast, take massive action. All right. So you got to break that down for us. Sarah, what do you mean when you say learn fast and take massive action?
Okay. So I remember one of the down periods of my life. That was like in 2011, 2012, right? And I was unnecessarily sad. That's the word I would use now, right? Unnecessarily sad and all of that. And right there and then, I realized that I wasn't really doing anything, and I needed to start reading books. I needed to start filling my mind with the right thoughts, right? And from there, then I remember then I was in University of Lagos. So I remember then I went to one of the markets and I saw a guy selling books.
Okay.
And I became friends with him. I was like, hey, I want to buy some books. And he was like, yes, definitely. He now he struck a deal with me that, okay, so when you buy these books and you read it, make sure it's neat, just bring it back to me, add some cash on it, and I'll give you another book. And I'm like, okay. So I started doing that. I started reading books on business, on mindset, on Christianity. I started reading a lot, right? Just to fill my mind. And when I started reading books, my perception of things around me started changing. I started seeing opportunities where people see problems. I started seeing things people were not seeing, right? That's physical wise, work wise, business wise, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I remember most of my time in school was spent doing business. Yeah.
Okay.
Though I finished top in class, right? I was mostly reading business books, I was also a makeup artist then. I was a makeup artist doing people's face. I was tying gele. I was carrying my makeup boxes. I would go because I even did I was on the makeup team for the movie Isoke. So it's a movie on Netflix. So
Okay.
I was a makeup artist, and most of my time in school was done selling skincare products and makeup and learning about business and all of
Mm.
it as a whole. So if I didn't take out the time to learn, right, things wouldn't have evolved. If I had stayed the same way I was, things wouldn't have evolved in my life. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
started reading books. So once I was done with school, that's when I decided to start an online business. Now, that is a whole chapter on its own.
All
Like,
right.
I had to break mental ceilings, right? Like,
Mm.
when I say break mental ceilings, I had to believe things people thought it is impossible. So
So hold on. So Sarah, let me stop you. I want to go into that. You talked about breaking mental ceilings. Tell me, what were some of the things that people thought were impossible that you had to break through? Give me an example of those mental ceilings.
okay, so I'll just dive a little bit, like 2012, 2013, those years. I would, if you tell me, okay, so if you tell me it is possible to make $50 in a month, I would say it's a lie, because it looked like something impossible. I wasn't earning anything, right? So
Mm.
it was like, wow, really? That amount? Wow. Like, it looked like a big, when something looked like a big thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Nigeria, right? So,
Mm.
which is a different currency. That's why I use that
Yes.
currency figure, $50 in a month. So you can imagine.
So in terms of in naira, what does that equate to? So $50 is how much naira?
It's like 20,000 naira, 25,000 naira.
And so you were coming from a place where you didn't think or believe it was possible to make that much in a month, in 1 month.
Yes, exactly. And then it happened that, okay, I eventually did a makeup job that I did that in a day. So I'm like, okay, this looks interesting.
Yeah.
So let me keep doing more things, right? And eventually I learned about a lot of things, like some very deep things when it comes to breaking mental ceilings and all. And I would tell you one thing: you can be and achieve absolutely anything that you want in this life.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah.
Right. So this is somebody that used to do maybe $10 on a Saturday. Like,
Mm.
because I still clearly remember then, right? But what happened to Sarah then and to Sarah now is learning. Like, you have to dip, you know how you dip a spoon in a cup?
Yeah.
That is actually how you have to dip yourself into learning new things. There's something you don't know that is stopping you from your next goal. That's
Mm.
There's something you don't know that you're not doing that is stopping you from your next goal. So yeah.
Okay. So this is really fascinating. So you were at a point where you got a taste of what success looked like.
No, it did that doesn't even that's not even the taste of success for me. It
Well,
wasn't then, because then I knew that I needed to work on my mindset, right? I needed to build new. That's also another thing I did. I built new network,
okay.
right? So I also looked at who are the people around me, how were they thinking. So I looked at all of that and I said, no, I'm gonna change
Your circle.
everything. So 2014 was when I made the decision of building a new network. So what did I start doing? I started going for events. So maybe that's part of why I wasn't over focused in school. I spent my time going for business events, business conferences. I
Mhm.
was always there. I would sit in front, I would have a note, I would jot down, I would network with the speakers, I would network with everybody. So that's exactly what I was doing. So what I was doing was I was exposing myself to people at a higher level, thinking
Mm.
higher things than me,
Mm.
so that it can become part of me, right? Because you are your circle, you are what you think about. right? So if you're thinking about, oh, everything is so hard, everything is so bad, my life is so horrible, my father treated me this way, my husband treated me this way. If you keep thinking and worrying on those situationships happening in your life, it's
Yeah.
gonna keep reflecting in your life, right?
Mm,
If you keep focusing on those external not so good things happening,
yeah.
it's going to reflect. So eventually I had to start exposing myself to new environments. I sent out an email to my list that there was a time I wasn't comfortable with money.
Mm,
Yeah, like these are things people don't come out to talk about,
yeah.
right? So there was a time I was actually afraid of collecting money. So some people say, Sarah, I want to buy your product. And I'm like, I'm kind of busy. I'll talk to you later. You know, yeah, you're guilty for collecting money.
Yeah.
And it's actually a wrong mindset. You
Mm,
have to break that mental ceiling because it's holding you down.
yes. Yeah.
Because you're valuable, you're gold. So you should be comfortable with collecting money. Like you have to be comfortable with. There was a time I wasn't comfortable with compliments. I'm
Mm.
like, somebody gives me compliment, I'm like, you're whining me. You're trying to sweet my tummy. Like, accept it. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I know I'm so beautiful. Thank you. So if you're not aware, you
Mm,
wouldn't do all these things. You keep doing all these things. But if
abs-
you don't become aware of what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're behaving, it would keep going on a roller circle. So 2014, I started building new network. I started going for events, meeting speakers, meeting people. Then I will hear somebody is making this amount of money. I'm like, oh, really? Oh my God, it's not possible. Because I know that maybe high paying jobs there, maybe they're paying like $500 in a month, 500 to 500, 300, 500 to $1,000 in a month. And
and
I'm
we're,
like,
we're talking about Nigeria still, yeah?
yes, we're still talking about Nigeria. So I'm like, oh, wow, so people can make that amount of money? Oh my
Mm.
God, I don't think so. Maybe, oh, when you're not like, it got to a point. Let me tell you another thing I did, right? I started going to big hotels.
Hold,
Yeah.
hold on. Before you tell us this story, please don't forget. I just want to bring in some of the comments. So Phoebe says, I can totally relate to that. Getting comfortable with compliments and the value of my gold.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Matthew says, be comfortable with collecting money.
People are not. Like, and I'll clearly tell you that when people come to me and like they want to start an online business, they want to make more money. Like when they tell me that, I know that first is a mindset thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then I tell them something to go there and they're like, oh, that sounds crazy. I don't think anybody will pay me that amount. No, nobody. People don't have money. People are struggling. I'm like, that is what you're thinking.
Mm.
There are people that, thank you so much, Bianca. Cheers. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, exactly. There are people out there that have the money to pay you while you shortchanging yourself. Like, you need to learn how to accept good things. When people don't know how to accept, they've been through so many bad things,
Yeah.
and they're like, nothing good's gonna come to them.
Mm.
Everything is so hard, everything is so bad, and you're so used to absorbing negativity that
Mm.
when positive things come, you don't know how to accept
Yeah.
it.
You repel them.
You're
So,
repelling them. Yeah, you need
Sarah,
to.
and I want to talk about that. Let me ask you a question on that. I want you to give me some real life experiences that really highlight how damaging this was for you. Like not being able to accept good things, not really believing that success was possible for you, or that earning more than £500 or dollars or $1,000 in a month. Talk to me about how that was impacting you and what you believed about yourself during those times. How did it affect you?
All of that I'm talking about is almost like 2 to 3 years back. So
Yeah.
yeah, on one hand, I purposely, so first let me talk about the hotel story, then
Yes, yes,
slide
please.
into the money story.
Yeah.
So one of the things that, like I said, when I noticed that I wasn't comfortable with money, because I noticed it, right? Because
Yeah.
I saw I wasn't making money. One, even if people come to me, that was like years ago when I was a makeup artist and all. So even if people come to me, they want to buy this, they want me to do, I wouldn't be that comfortable with charging what I'm worth or even collecting the money, or
Mm,
I'm afraid they can't pay me, or I'm afraid
mm,
if they pay me, something bad will happen. So all
mm.
of that is just wrong mindset, right? So
Yeah.
once I understood the power of being in places that are higher than your mindset. So one thing I started doing was I started going to hotels. I
Yeah.
started going to the most expensive hotels, and I'll sit there. I'll sit in the lobby, and I would look at everything happening. I would see white people come in. I would see people with boxes, beautiful bags. I'm like, okay. At first, I'm not comfortable. I'm like, okay, let me stay here. Let me take this all in. Okay, so I started doing that repeatedly. So even if people want to meet up with me, I'm like, can you meet up with me at this place? Just because, thank you. So I'm like, can you meet up with me at this place? And they come, and I'm like, I'm trying to absorb everything.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
seeing the environment. I'm
mm.
seeing, wow, it's possible. These people don't have two heads. It's
Yeah, right.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, money is good. Okay. Okay. So that's one thing I was actively doing.
Mm.
Going to big offices, corporations, big hotels. I would sit there, I would make friends. I wasn't scared that it would chase me out. I dressed because I would dress like, wow, I'm really going for a big function. I'm not going there to do anything though.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not going there to do anything. I'm going there to sit down. Let me absorb the atmosphere.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Funny thing, then they would sell a bottle of water for like let's say $5. And I'm like, wow, why would you sell a bottle of water for $5? And that's the only thing I'll buy. So I will put it in my budget. I'm spending $5 to buy one bottle of water, and I put the water in the cup there for hours. I'm like, okay, this is my drink for today. Let me
The whole day has to stretch.
let me
One sip at a time.
exactly. So I had to reset my mindset, right? I'm telling you things, you'd see me come out, talk about business, money, this, and people are like, oh, I don't think it's possible. Okay, the major work is mindset.
Mm,
It's mindset, really.
mm,
So when I started my online business, right, I would join people's email list. I
mm.
remember all their website. I'm still on their email list, and they'll talk about big launches, and they did $100,000, $1 million. I'm like, online business.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go online, right?
All right.
And then I set up my first website. It was not perfect. I remember using Bluehost set up the first website. And okay, what next? Where's the money? No, I was like, where's the money? I called up my friend. I'm like, nothing's happening. Okay, I set up the
Mm,
website. Where's the money?
mm,
So I, I was doing things. Yeah, like you have to take the action first. You're not prepared. Take the action. Set up things that when the time comes, you're gonna be able to accept and pull things in for yourself.
mm,
So my first website wasn't perfect. My second website got hacked, right?
mm.
Yeah, it got hacked through the plugins and all of that. I started again from scratch. I kept doing it. I did webinars. I kept back to back, keep pushing. Then I heard about email list, build your email list. I'm like, okay, awesome. Let me start building my email list. So I'll tell everybody, come on. Oh, thank you. Everybody, come and join my email list. Come join my email list and all of that. Right. And people will join my list, and I will count the numbers. Okay, 20 people on my email list, 100 people. 200 people on my email list. This is interesting. And then I send them a message and they all reply. I'm like, people are replying to me online. So I was enjoying all that beginning process, right? And then it hits me. It came to a point, it got to a point that I decided that I needed to be serious about things. I needed to dream big. I needed to decide what I wanted in my life, right? And then I created a vision board.
Oh, Sarah, before you go on to the vision board, please hold on. I just want to bring in a comment. Margaret says, Sarah, I don't think it's a mindset thing. It's more of a background upbringing. Values taught, I guess, you by parents who didn't believe so much in success, but more in a good name. You couldn't have come this far without those moral values. What do you say to that?
I really can't understand. Put up the question again.
Okay.
More of a background upbringing, more in a good name. You couldn't have come this far with those moral value. Well, I would say it's a yes and also a no, right? Okay. Right? It is still a mindset thing because I will tell you one thing. There are people in the US here that they think their life is so horrible, their life is so bad. They don't even see that they're sitting on gold. Yeah, I'm telling you this. So it still boils down to mindset. You can talk about background upset. So when I say, yeah, your background shapes your mindset, your environment shapes your mindset, and also your actions also shape your mindset, and also what you choose to accept or not, right? So I remember one of the first people I spoke to on the phone here in the US, she said all sorts of things. She was like, oh, this place is so horrible. This is so dear, that. This is so that. And I listened to her and I'm like, okay. And she was like, yeah, she wants to go, she wants to move to Nigeria. She wants to move back. She wants to move. She's never been to Nigeria. So like, US is bad. This is that. She was saying all of that. And I listened. And I told her that you're talking to someone that moved here. And this is like a beautiful environment for me, right? Super peaceful for me. Everybody's different, right? And you're saying this place is so bad, whereas there are so many people wanting to come here. Like, you need to understand that what you have is good. So I asked her, have you gone without electricity for a month? She was like, no. Oh, really? So you don't have generator? You don't have you ever lined up for fuel? She was like, no. Okay. Have you ever climbed, because I've done this, have you ever climbed a water tank to try and fetch water to have your bath? I've done this in university days. She was like, no, you've not done any of that and you're complaining. Really? You're complaining. Okay, I asked her, do you have PayPal? Do you collect money through PayPal? She said, yes. I'm like, why are you complaining? Like, you have PayPal. You have so many opportunities. You don't have to worry about generator. You don't have to. Are you complaining about, like, you're not grateful for what you have? You have more. Not.
And that's a really powerful point, because I think oftentimes, I think all of us maybe at some point or another have had this idea of the grass being greener on the other side. But one thing I've definitely seen is that the grass is greener where you water it. So when I start to be grateful for where I am right now, when I start to appreciate what's in my hand right now and realize that I am exactly where I need to be, I have everything I need to be able to take that next step, that's when true enlightenment comes. That's when true success can begin to be formed.
Yeah, so I remember I became grateful for what I have. Like, even when I was in Nigeria, I became grateful for what I have, while at the same time working on my next goal.
Yeah.
So back to the vision board story. So I put up on my vision board that I'm going to put a book on Amazon.
Yeah.
This is like 2015, right? So I'm going to put a book on Amazon. I put logo of Facebook of different companies. I'm going to have a sexy buddy. I'm going to travel the world.
Yeah.
I just put all those pictures on the vision board. I kept it there. Then I kept looking at it. I'm like, so I wake up in the morning. That's the first thing I say. I'm like,
Yes.
interesting. So I'm gonna travel. Okay. I kept looking at all those things, absorbing it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and slowly it all started happening. It all started happening. Eventually, I can't remember what I did with that vision board, but then I switched to a different model, whiteboard, right?
Okay.
Then I got, so this whiteboard thing was, I would get a whiteboard, put it, and then write down how much I want to make a month. And
Oh,
then
sorry, hold on. Before we go there, because I can see some questions and have coming in, and I don't want us to move on too far. So let me just bring up a couple of points. So Shay says, I don't think you can discount mindset at all. Morals and values only go so far, and not all have the benefit of an upbringing that will shape them in a positive way. And I think that is really such a powerful point. Lesh goes on to say, wow, it's more about our mindset. You dreamt big, and this is why you are what you are. Thank you so much, Lesh, for sharing that. And there was a question. Melanie also says that is so true. Gratitude is so important. And here's a question from the Dream Days Network. So the Dream Days Network asks, do vision boards really work? In your experience, Sarah, what do you think?
Oh, well, I will tell you one thing. So vision boards and also the whiteboard technique I was just talking about, they actually do work, right? So I will tell you that I am a living testimony of that. But how it works is what you don't need to know.
Yes.
Put your eyes, like people worry about how it happen. Do I need to go and work 100 jobs to make it happen? Do I need to do this? Just put your goal in your mind, and then it's gonna come to you. So of recent, this vision board principle of recent, I saw it somewhere when I was reading the Bible. Part of what has built me positively is the Word of God. I'm a Christian, and I will talk about that, of some things that happened of recent and all of that. So in Genesis, there was a part about Jacob and the lamb, and Jacob took 2 white lambs, made them to mate in front of a spotted branch. And those 2 white lambs, they produced a kid that was spotted. So what happened there was what they were looking at, right? So you need to change what you're looking at. It will change your feeling. If you don't change your thoughts, it will affect your feelings. Negative feelings, it will show in your actions. So thoughts, feelings, actions, right? So you have to purposely change your thoughts. What do you look at every day? Are you always worried and looking at problems, or you're looking at possibilities, big things? Think about it. Maybe you want to buy a bag or a shoe or a phone. Do you eventually notice that you start seeing that thing everywhere?
That's it. That's it.
You just come online like, oh my God, I'm seeing it everywhere. Like, yeah, like, and then eventually it just happens. It just eventually happens when you least expect it. So you have to purposely look at something. Yeah, like you have to purposely look at something every day to change your mindset, to change your thought. It will change your feelings, and your feelings will reflect in your actions. So when people are struggling to take action in their business, struggling to do the right thing, it still falls back to thoughts.
Absolutely. Well, I've got a comment from Shay here. Sarah, sorry, can you? Oh, please. Get out, okay? Get out. These children, shut the door. Go. Honestly. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. So Shay says, they have never worked for me. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Lists and the notes app work for me, though. I could write lists all day.
So you're writing lists on an app or a book?
I think it's both.
Both, right?
I think it's both.
So I'm not, the area of writing list is, so let me explain that. So let's say this is a new day, right? You need to account for how you spend every hour. That is when you write your list. Like I have a journal, I have a high performance journal I use, and I account for every hour of the day. So at 8 o'clock, I did this. At 9 a.m., I did that. 10 a.m., I did that. But ideally, what I'm talking about is painting pictures of what you want in your life. And you need to have that at the forefront, that this is exactly what you want. And you want to keep looking at it, keep looking at it. And also go about your normal work, right? Take action, go about your normal life, your normal business, putting some things in your life in place that will give way open to that thing. So yeah.
Thank you so much for answering, Sarah. Sarah, here's the thing. I'm gonna move on a bit, because I know that if I start getting too involved in all the questions and comments, we're never gonna get to where we get to in the show. And I'm mindful of the time already. So, Sarah, I guess really what I want to know is, again, with your story, what is the point where everything changed? I want to know about that pivotal moment in your life where you feel that by applying that life lesson of learning fast and taking massive action, when did everything change for you? When did you really learn that lesson? When did it come to life for you in such a vivid way?
Okay, so sometimes, right, when you read books and all of that, there's a probability you won't do anything.
Yes.
You read books, when you take courses, you watch YouTube videos, go for seminars, coaching, there's a big probability you wouldn't do anything. You know why? Simply because you've not ingrained that lesson in you to take action on it. So from 2015, 2016, I was always learning. I was learning so much, right? And learning websites, email marketing, e-commerce store, how to build all of that, learning all that. And eventually, I now found out the reason why people weren't coming to my website was I needed traffic. I'm like, traffic? How do I get people to come to my website, right? And then I saw the boost post Facebook ads thing.
Yeah.
I tried it. I put in some money. People came to my website, but nothing happened. So I'm like, does that mean it doesn't work? No, there's something up here. So I'm like, I went back again to learning, came back to take action. Went back again to learning, came back to take action. So it got to, because I remember when I first had my $300, was it $300 a day? Yeah, was it 300 or $500 a day? Yeah, it was $500. Yes, that, because what triggered that day for me was, I think I was angry. Yeah, I was angry at a lot of things. I was angry that, okay, you know what? It is time for me to get what I want. I'm done. See, there's a thing that says success is just one decision away.
Yes.
One decision. So I'm like, in fact, I'm done. I'm done overthinking this thing. It's time to get this thing to work. This thing is making my head go crazy. I just took my laptop, took my website, I just put in money, joked. I don't know what, I was just like angry, right? And I just took the decision right away. And yeah, when I'm angry, I don't try to do bad things. I don't try to, rather I try to make more money. Do more. Yes, I had to learn that. That's another thing I had to learn. So exactly, because I'm like, this thing is too slow. Why is it too slow? In fact, I'm done. I'm done. That's me. So I'm like, I'm done. I took my laptop, put in money, ran face my friend. I'm like, whoa, it worked. Okay, this is good. Now I'm like, I need to switch to something sweeter. That's when I got into creating online courses and ebooks. So I started learning on that, learning ebooks, learning courses. I'm like, okay, people are creating courses on all these things. Okay, how will I do this thing now? Okay, let me create a course. I remember my first course was on makeup artistry, right?
Okay.
I think I got like just one sale from that makeup artistry thing. the success I first had was physical products, right? But I decided to now switch to creating courses. So I created that course and I got like one sale. I tried to push, I did webinar, I'm like, Then I found
let me ask you some questions about that process. So you created a course. How long did it take for you to actually create the course?
Yes, it can take you, if you shut down a day or 2 days, you create a course.
So it took you about a day or two to create that makeup artist course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even my second course, I shut down 3 days. Like I shut down 3 days, not doing anything. I recorded that was how bad I wanted to really, really hit it. So yeah.
So, and in those, with the first course, what did you do? Did you record a series of videos? Did you put together workbooks? Like, what I'm trying to understand the level of work that went in.
Okay. So I created slides. I was teaching people about colors, how to match these makeup products they need, brushes, and all of that. Because I know I still have the videos. So that was my first online course. I think I got about 1 or 2 people that bought it. And all.
And how did that make you feel that you had invested that time and the results that you got for your first course were just one or two?
I'm the kind of person that once I learn, once I do something, and I tend to sit down and then find out what was wrong, what wasn't wrong, and all. So I found out that people actually preferred if you do the makeup for them on their face. Right? If you do the makeup for them on their face and all of that. So I had to I think that was a transition phase for me. So yeah, I had to decide that whether I wanted to still keep pushing the beauty route or go into business consulting. So I decided to take a transition into business coaching, business consulting. And I remember that period was kind of difficult because everybody knew me as makeup artist, beauty, paint the face and all. So it's now different when I'm coming out and I want to teach you how to set up a website. I want to teach you how to set up this or set up that. So people started looking at me differently, right? Some negative people said, "Oh, over Sabi, you too do. You're always doing everything. You know, you do everything, Nigeria." And it's not like I was making a transition, right? I was making, because when you have a huge goal, right? There are certain things you have to prepare yourself. So I felt business consulting will prepare me for my big goal, right? For my big goal, which is still falls back to beauty. So yeah, it still falls back to beauty. So my big goal still falls back to beauty. So I mastered traffic. I mastered Facebook advertising, list building. That's when I created my second course. I created my second course of Facebook advertising. I created it in the form of CDs, not even an online course. I created it in the form of CDs. So and I also do physical seminars. I did seminars. I would sell that to people. I would sell the CDs and all of that to people and all of that. And then there was a day I was angry again at my, I was super angry. I'm like, why is everything just like, I'm tired. In fact, I'm done. I need plenty people to buy my stuff. When it just triggers in your head. So that day I'm like, I think that was like August or so. I'm like, in fact, I'm done. I'm going to run traffic. I'm not ready. And I remember then I had like $100 plus in my account. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this whole money and I'm going to use it to run ads. That's what I'm going to do.
Hold on. Let me just understand. You only had $100 or so in your account.
Yeah.
And you decided you're going all in. You were not worried about how you were going to eat. If you had money for food, you said you're going all in and putting everything into this business. You believed it that much.
Yes, exactly. So I put up the funnel. I started driving traffic. Then I wasn't doing $5. No, I just increased the budget. I was driving traffic. I did retargeting ads, drive traffic, did retargeting ads, money. People were paying. Like I was surprised how it was all coming in, pum, 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 on my phone. I'm like, oh, it's working. So you know what I did? I took the whole money back into the ads. That's what I was doing. So I took the money back into the ads, put the money, as money was coming in, I was feeding it back into the ads. I was literally, I didn't have any money, but I was like feeding the whole money into the ads because I wanted to hit that goal so bad, so fast. So yeah, like it is possible. Anything that you want, it is possible. Any amount you want to make in a month, but you just want to start by taking that baby step and building it up. You want to take the baby step. If I never took the baby step of reading books, I wouldn't be here. So yeah.
So now so you talked a lot about when you were in Nigeria and how all of that and how all of that, that transformation that took place by, through the reading and the personal development and all the things that you did to build yourself up. Talk to me now about, because again, I'm thinking of the time. Talk to me now about the shift. At what point did you decide that's it? I'm done. I need to get out of Nigeria and I need to move to expand my business. Talk to me about that situation.
Okay, so yeah, because I was overthinking it for some months.
What were you overthinking?
Moving to the US. So yeah, like I mentioned, I'm a super spiritual person and I read the Bible. So 2018, I started reading the Bible serious. So because I remember reading Believer's Authority, a book by Kenneth Hagin, where he talked about meditating on Ephesians chapter 1 and Ephesians chapter 3. I didn't take it serious because I read the book. I'm like, it happened to him. It might not happen to me, right? So I started reading the Bible, like especially prayer of spiritual wisdom and learning so many things. So one thing I will tell you is 2018, I knew I was going to move to the US. So now many times I tend to know things ahead of time, right? Simply because of, and it's not just enough to read the Bible. You have to actually obey God's word to make things work in your life, to make it the word of God work in your life. But that's the whole story for another day. So 2018, I actually knew I was going to leave, right? I kept seeing it that I was going to leave. It wasn't physically visible like it's possible, right? You can't see the money in the account. But I knew I was going to leave, right? And I started talking that way.
That's faith, right?
Yeah.
That's faith.
Talking. Faith, yeah. Faith. Like before you get anything, you have to believe you have that thing. So in my head, I was already in the US. I kept saying this like, when I go to the US, I'm going to do this. When I move to the US, I'm going to do this. But and people will look like, what are you saying? Like, you sound like you're crazy. I'm like, I kept saying it. And I also kept working on it, right? I also kept working on it. And then it was just one decision. Yeah, it was just one decision. So I kept overthinking it for 3-4 months. 3-4 months ahead of time, I knew it was time for me. Like I just knew in my spirit it was time for me to go. And it was just one decision that day. I just said, you know what? I'm done overthinking. I'm going. I just packed one box with few things and I left. That was it. So I just made the decision. Like I don't want to waste. I don't want to So part of what I was overthinking was it's a new environment. How will I survive? You know, those thoughts in your head. It's so scary. People might not like me. Oh, my accent. Oh, what if, on social media lies a lot, right? So like all those news people, they lie a lot. So they show too many negativity and you'll be so scared. Like, there's so much killing in the US, people are dying, and you know how you be crippled with fear, like, oh my God, if you go, what's gonna happen to me? I was crippled with fear. I know. You know the funny thing, when they now told me, that you're gonna be paying rent every month, because in Nigeria you pay rent once, so you're gonna pay rent every month. I'm like, oh my God. This is it. How am I gonna make money? I know how. So you know when you allow fear to cripple your mind, and then you stay in that one point where you know that there's so much on the other side of fear. So
Yeah.
yeah, I had to just do it, like faith, move out, move to the next thing, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a bigger goal and there are millions. You see, some people don't understand that millions of people are attached to them. That's why they're playing. Many people
What do
are
you mean by
playing
that? Tell us, break it down.
like like you are called to liberate millions of people, but you don't know. That's why you're still playing. Like you're playing. You think life is a playground. That's why you're doing what you're doing. You're playing. You're not taking things serious. Like if you understand that people's success are actually dependent on you, yeah, like dependent on you being their light. If you understand that, you would take life seriously. Do you understand? Some people have all the tools to do whatever they want to do, but they're not doing anything because they don't know how urgent how urgent things are. Like it amazes me when people tell me, Sarah, thank you so much. The COVID-19 came in. Your advice for me to create a digital product last year is what is putting food on the table now.
Wow.
Do you understand? So
Wow.
people, like, if you understand that you are attached to a lot of people and that your message is meant to liberate a lot of people from being blindfolded. If you understand that fact, so many people, they are still selfish. They think it's all about them. It's all about them.
This is it's really powerful, and what you're saying really resonates with me. Believe me, everyone, when I say that Sarah and I have not had this exact conversation before.
Exactly.
This is a genuine, a real, it's happening right now. This is not rehearsed. But everything that she's saying is really resonating with me, because I think back to the beginning of this pandemic. So back in March, at least when it was announced for us in the UK, and we had all the, when it was starting to go crazy, I understood that there are certain people who position themselves to be able to thrive in times of crisis. Yes, in times of crisis, terrible things happen. Livelihoods are lost. People suffer. People die. People struggle. But there are also those who don't have that sad story. There are those who are blessed and fortunate enough to be able to have an opportunity to do something. But oftentimes the difference between people can be those who choose to take action and those who choose to remain maybe frozen or paralyzed by fear. And so I know, like, even for me with my own journey, this downtime that this pandemic has been to many of us has been a game changer, even for myself, because I made a decision that if God sees it fit for me to come out of this pandemic standing, I want to be one of the winners. I don't want to be one of the people that just complained and that had, focused on all the negativity. Because believe me, Sarah, if I wanted to moan and if I wanted to complain, I could find anything to moan and complain about.
Yeah.
And as what you focus on expands, what you focus on grows. So if I start looking at the negative and becoming consumed by it, I will attract and I will start to see more of that showing up in my life.
Exactly.
And so I think it's incredible that your journey, and here's the thing, I believe that, as you're saying, your message is to liberate millions of people. And sometimes you don't even know who those people are. You may not ever get to meet who those people are. But I just want to say to you right now that if your message is for no one else, no one else watching, it's certainly for me. It's like confirmation to keep going. So I really want to thank you for sharing what it is that you shared with us this evening. This afternoon for you, this evening for me, because life can sometimes be challenging, and fear is a natural human response. It's a human.
Everybody be feeling like an imposter, having imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You're afraid of what people will think about you. You're afraid people will talk about bad about you. You're afraid friends will cut off from you. You're afraid, afraid. Fear isn't from God. If you realize that, and like people don't know how powerful they are. This was one of the another life-changing lesson for me, especially last year, right? Studying Ephesians 1, Ephesians 3. I saw that we human beings, like, we have so much power, right? But what's happening to a lot of people is they're like shielded. They can't see that they have so much capabilities, and they can also accept, believe it, and also take action on it. So you hear people say things like, I don't think people would buy my online course. I don't think if I write a book, some will say, I need to be a millionaire before I write a book. Oh, I need to reach a certain level in my business before I start charging that amount. No, right? This is someone that have sold up to 1,000 digital products. And I will tell you wholeheartedly that the possibilities out there is enormous. You have to open your mind. You have to be confident, right? And you have to open your mind. Many people don't open your mind to learning. If I tell people, go read this particular book, you're like, who has time to be reading? What's the special thing to make the money? That is right there.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, people message me, they're looking for this special tech funnel, this
magic one,
that they just set it up, plenty money will come in. No, it's you.
Yeah.
It's you. So work on your mindset. Every day I listen to an audiobook. Every single day. I'm washing, I'm having my bath, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. I have an audio tape playing in the background. I listen to it I'm telling you, this is what I used to break my mindset. Every day I listen to audiobooks. This year I went to 10X Growth Conference by Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
I made the decision to go the night before. I didn't plan on going, but I just saw, I'm like, oh my God, 10X Growth Conference and I'm in the US. Wow. Can you imagine? So I'm in the US and I forgot about those big things I used to dream about when I saw social media. So I'm like, okay, now I'm in the US. I can actually go for 10X. Okay. How much is it? I just saw, okay, flight ticket this. I just bought a ticket, got my bags together. The next day, hopped on a flight to Las Vegas. I don't waste time. I went there. I saw like 12,000 people in the stadium.
Wow.
And they're like, if you're making $3 million in your business, raise your hands. And so many people around me raise their hands. I'm like, all these people are making $1 million in their business. Okay, it's time. This money gotta come to me. Like, you're observing this environment.
Yes.
People doing real estate, doing big things, and you're like, wow, okay, this is amazing. Like, I'm enjoying this. See, I'm gonna make it. See, it's now a new law for me to go for 10X, whether I like it or not. 12,000 people in the room. I started seeing possibilities, right? I started seeing, because I'm like, oh wow. So if he has 12,000 people in this stadium, that means on his email list, he'll probably have 1.5 million people on his email list. But 12,000 people decided to take action and pay to come. I'm like, seeing possibilities, seeing how they were selling, seeing all. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Like, I've been playing small. It's time to be big, right? When you go for those things, it breaks your mind. You see you start seeing things. You don't need to like the person holding those events. You need to go there and expose yourself, expose your being to something higher than you, and accept it. So I was just hearing big money on the stage. May Florida came up with this $1 million watch. I'm like, so somebody bought wristwatch for millions of. I'm like, okay. Skyscraper. I'm like, okay. John Travolta with so many planes. I'm like, okay. That means I need private jet too. I have to put it on my list.
Yeah, that's right. Put it on your vision board.
I said, this one has 4. Hey, I need 1 private jet. So if I'm to go for meeting, 2 hours, I'm there. You're seeing possibilities, right? And you're like, these are normal people.
Yes.
Head. There's nothing special. They're not more holier than you. They're not more. These people are talking about their bad stories, right? So if they can do it, you can do it. I can do it. There's absolutely nothing stopping you. Only you. There's no devil. There's no demon stopping you from any money, from doing what you're supposed to do. Nothing. There's no, I didn't have a dad, I didn't have a mom. There's nothing stopping you. Oh, I live in a bad environment. There's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you.
It's amazing. It's amazing hearing what you're saying, because you are really breaking it down for everyone who is watching this. So whether they're watching live or on the replay, you're seeing that all it simply took for Sarah to move from where she was to where she is, it started with her taking a decision. She had the power to decide, and making that one decision set her on a course for greatness. But it didn't stop there. It wasn't enough just to make the decision. She had to learn fast and take massive and consistent action. In case you missed it, that's why I just had to bring these messages up on the screen again, because I don't want anyone who is watching this to miss what is being spoken about today. Yes, we are laughing. Yes, we're having fun and having a good time. But there are some really valuable principles that are being shared here this evening. And I don't want any of you to miss it, because if you are on this show now and you are wanting more in your life, if you have dreams, if you have visions and you have aspirations of being somewhere beyond where you are right now, Sarah has just broken it down for you. She has given you the secret to success. She has given you the blueprint. But now the question is, will you apply it? Will this be another opportunity for you to sit down, hear some nice words and get excited, or do something about it?
It looks like, oh, this is a pretty girl. She has everything all figured out. Her life is perfect. You don't see the sleepless nights. You can't see the sleepless nights, the tears, the pain, the headache, you can't see all of that, right? Whenever you see the glory, always ask for the story. Whenever you see people's glory, right, always ask for the story. What is their story? What did they go through, right? You see, I'm not talking about tech, funnels, email marketing. I'm not talking about any of all that. I'm talking about really intricate things here that I'm sharing with you. You have to purposely put yourself in the midst of things that you want. So I came here to the US. I'm like, okay, where do I want to stay? I had no idea. I'm like, I think I got it figured out. I'm like, okay. It's my friends. They drove me everywhere. They drove me to this place. They drove me to that place. I'm like, I saw places where there were tall skyscrapers. I said, I want to stay here. If you see some of the things I do, you said something with this girl. I don't know. I'm like, oh wow, big Mary Kay headquarters, Toyota office. Oh, I want to stay here. Let's look for a place here. I'm doing it purposely. Like, it is deliberate, right? if you want to make money, you have to put yourself in the midst of things about money. If you want to have, like, if you want to be happy, look at happy things.
Yeah.
Stop looking at sad things. Like, I don't follow so many news blogs. I don't watch. Yeah. When the COVID-19 started, it started. Let me tell you what, when I started, I wanted to see what was happening online. And I was seeing death numbers increase. Yeah. Many people were dying. And I kept looking at those things. I was getting sad. It was making me so sad, so overwhelmed. I remember a day, for absolutely no reason, I started crying. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. Is the world coming to an end? Like, I was just, for no reason, I just got myself there. I'm like, stop that.
Yeah.
I turned off my TV for like 2-3 months. No TV. Yeah, I did that purposely. Sarah, have you been seeing what's happening in the news? Nope. What's happening in the news? Nope. I don't want to see what's happening in the news because it started affecting me and even affecting my thoughts, affecting my feelings, affecting my actions.
That's it. All connected.
Feelings, actions. Thought, feelings, action. So I stopped the TV. I unfollowed all the news blogs. I don't want to be counting deaths. Nope. I want to be focused on how can I make the world better?
Yeah.
What products can I create to make people's life better? What can I do to build myself? I started listening to more tapes, listening to more audiobooks, reading. So there are things you actually have to cut off. Things you have to cut off. There are people, there are action, there are things you have to say, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah. I'm done. That's your life.
I know do again. I know they do again. Just make that decision.
Oh, Sarah, you are making me laugh. But you know what? Amidst all the jokes, it's the truth that you're speaking right now. And the question always really comes is, how bad do you want it? Because if you do want this life that you have in your mind, and this is for the people watching, wherever you are at home, live, replay, the things that you want, ask yourself the question, how bad do I really want it?
Exactly. That's what when people get on sales calls, I ask them, how bad do you want it? I can give you all the things. So how bad do you want it? I told a man that on the phone. He was shocked. Like, because I asked him some questions and all of that about his business and all of that. And this is somebody that used to close $6,000 deals and all of that. And because of the COVID, went on a zero. And I asked him, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
You stop playing.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much you don't know. You need to go out there and learn. And then action. You used to do physical work. You need to sit down, open your laptop. You have YouTube. YouTube is free.
Yes.
Online courses. People still give excuses. There are online courses, there are training programs, there are even free videos, but you know what? Still, people won't take action.
No.
People will still be the same way they are.
Yeah.
That's it. They'll still be at that same level with everything. Everything is there. Everything is online for you to succeed. Everything is there.
It could be handed to you on a plate.
But you still won't do anything.
Because if your mind is not right, self-sabotage is inevitable. It's only a matter of time before you destroy everything that you have been given. You could be, and this is why I say, you know, we build success from the inside out. In fact, that's the reason why I called my book Success, the Inside Job. Because if we get so focused on our exterior world, if we get focused on what is out here, what we can touch, the tangible, we've missed it. It's about a transformation from the inside out. We need to not just pray for good things, not just work towards good things, but we need to make sure within ourselves we are ready for the good things that we pray for and that we work for and that we desire. Otherwise, when good things start to come our way, we will repel them. We absolutely will.
Let me also share another thing. It's called self-image.
Self-image. All right, talk to us.
So let me also share that with you, right? I'm sharing these are really, really powerful lessons. You see, I'm not talking no business, no tech, no Facebook ads, scaling, no none of that, right? But these things I'm sharing with you here is key.
Mm.
Your self-image is important, right?
Mm.
Look at right now. Take a mirror, look at yourself.
Mm.
How do you you're seeing yourself right now, right? You're seeing how you look right now.
I hope everyone is doing this, please.
You're listening to this. When you have a mirror, you're looking at yourself the way you are right now.
Yes.
Now, in your mental eye, I
Mm.
want you to look at who you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
the powerful, strong person you want to be,
Yes.
right? This is the person you should focus on,
Mm.
not what you're seeing right now.
Mm.
You're just seeing the now you, right?
Mm.
Like I have a self-image, a powerful self-image of who I am,
Yeah.
really. This is the now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I've seen the bigger
Mm.
one. So you need to see the bigger you, the higher you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So once you, if you, and you need to start acting like the higher you.
Mm.
That is why I started going to hotels and big offices. That's why, yeah, I started dressing like a big woman.
Yeah.
You know, carry the bag, got an assistant. Like, yes, handle my phone.
I love it. I love it.
You have to act like who you want to be, and it's gonna blend in. There's
Mm.
a powerful you,
Mm.
a now you.
Yes. Yes.
So when I actually meet people, I actually see their powerful them.
Mm.
But they're like, oh, everything is so bad, it's so hard. But I'm telling them, yo, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can do this, you can
Mm.
do that.
Mm. Mm.
Paint a picture of the powerful you.
Mm.
Who do you see yourself as,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You see yourself as owning big corporations.
Mm.
Big, like dream big.
Yes.
Dream big. Like the during Christmas here, right? I met a man that this man has like 40 houses
Mm.
in the US,
Mm.
and each of them are like $100,000,
Mm.
$200,000. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting.
Mm.
Like, so when you meet certain people, they'll teach you how to dream big.
Yes. Yes.
We didn't learn how to dream.
Mm.
So you have to learn. That's why I mentioned learn fast. So you have to learn how to dream big.
Yes.
Some people play too small.
Mm.
Learn how to dream big. Don't be scared. Don't be, yeah, everybody has fears and all, right? I get it. But learn how to dream big.
Mm.
Learn how to see yourself doing big things.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
So having a powerful self-image is important. If you don't have a powerful self-image of yourself, you would keep acting the same way, you keep doing the same thing you're doing, you keep going in circles.
Yeah.
So you need to paint an actual image of how you see yourself, right? How do you see yourself in the future with big money, cars, offices, or you have workers, or you've built a big company online? You have to paint a bigger self-image of
Mm.
yourself. Everybody has a powerful version of themselves, right? But so many people don't know how to bring it out. That's it. So they stay covered. It's in the Bible. Satan has blinded people, children of this world. What do you think that is?
Mm.
Don't you? What do you think when he said he has blinded? What do you think it is?
Mm.
It's just like, okay, website. Everybody has a website, but not everybody is making so much amount of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So some people. So even if you have the tools, these are just tools.
Yeah.
If you don't get the mindset and the strategy right, you'll get everything right. Everything is down on the zero.
It's worth nothing. So true.
So
Sarah,
Make friends with rich people. Self-image. Be in the midst of rich. I'm sorry, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
You have to fuck yourself. Like, if you have any rich neighborhood, please walk in there. Walk in there. If I go to restaurants, go to car slots, right? So one of the things I came when I moved here, I went to Tesla. I sat in the car, I'm like, how much is this car? Okay. So you have to go, like, I'm like, oh wow, so they are electric cars. Okay. So the car will just come like that. You don't need to use key. Okay. My friend was, Sarah, you like acting like a bush girl. I'm like, I'm being real. I've not seen all these things before. Let me enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, it's important.
Neighborhoods, walking into, like, when I came into a big office here, I'm like, one of the first offices I saw here, right? Okay, no, even Dubai. When I stopped at Dubai and I saw I didn't get into Dubai, so I just stopped at the airport and all of that. So I went to the restrooms. You're already tearing out laughing.
I know.
I'm sorry. So when I went to the restroom, and after using the toilet, I stood up and it flushed. I'm like, but in the future, I just called up my house, like, guess what I saw?
I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness.
People here are telling me they're complaining, here is bad. I'm like, you guys, you don't know what you have.
Yes.
Everything is bad. You don't know what you have. You're not serious about what you have. You're not serious. So one of the first offices I went to, I'm like, okay, let me go wash my hands. I saw there was no place to turn. I just put my hand, and the water. I'm like, put my hand under the soap. The soap came on, like,
a whole new world.
I just give myself. I just told my friend, say, do you know what just happened? I just put my hand under the soap. It came out, no place to press soap. I used the toilet, the thing flushed by itself. Oh my God, right? The future. Like, you know, moving to the US, I experienced real, like, there was a lady that told me that I should get ready. I'm going to experience culture shock, all kinds of shock. I can't explain the amount of shock I've seen. Like, I'm not saying here is, amazing, the best, right? But the level of shock, like, you know, when you're moving from one terrain to a new terrain, oh Lord, you can't imagine the level of shock I've experienced, right? Here, everything is organized. You're so organized. So you're like teaching me how to organize my life. You're teaching me how to organize my life, my finances. I had to start getting organized, right? And bills. You like bills, like
Trust me.
Bills every month, bills, right? And then there's no bike, there's no keke, no bike to enter, no keke, no everything. Someone told me if you start honing in your car, it's an insult.
Different from Lagos, right?
If I horn in my car, it's an insult. So, you know, that culture shock breaking my mind, and I'm trying to accept things. Okay. First time I entered Sephora, I couldn't buy anything. My friend she was all buying lipstick and all of that. I was like, I was like, like, this is a lot. Like, let me tell you why it was a lot. Let me tell you why. Because I'm a business person. So I was seeing things. Like, I was seeing marketing strategies. I was seeing why Huda Beauty is making billions of dollars. Walking to Sephora, you will look at why she's making billions of dollars. The way they all package everything. I'm like, wow. Like, your mind would break out, right? would expand. So it's important. It is super important. It's paining me COVID lockdown and so many things. Oh my God, so many places I would have gone to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will look for the most expensive hotel or building. I'll go there and sit down.
Yeah.
I take it on.
Take it in, absorb it.
You have to purposely put yourself in that midst. Do your makeup nice. How did I get into makeup? It was one lady that insulted me. She was like, look at you. You don't do makeup. You're only about laptop and books. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to learn makeup. That's it. I'm going to learn makeup. Yeah. Like you have to paint a powerful self-image of yourself and put yourself in that midst. What do these people do? You're not different. They're not different from anyone. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these are things I do. You come out, you see me talk about business, tech stuff, that. But you have to purposely break your mind. I never believed I could do $300. I never believed I could do that.
When you say do that, just so that everyone else understands, what do you mean?
Okay. Yeah. I was like, years ago, I never believed that I could ever make $300 because I used to think
in a month, in a week, in a day?
In a month.
Yeah.
So it looked like a big thing, right? Whereas that's some people's light bill and little things.
Yes.
Imagine. So you have to break your mind. Like you have to purposely. So I'm just giving all these examples, right? Because the average Nigerian, because I know in Nigeria, the average Nigerian don't believe that they can do $3,000 in a month. They do not believe. They think it's impossible.
Yeah.
So because I remember mentioning it to some people that were my friends. I know they were like, "What are you saying?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna get that from?" Like it sounded like something big.
Yeah.
Like the average. So you can do absolutely anything that you want to do if you put your mind on it. And stop being sad. Be happy. If you're happy, you attract more good things.
Yes.
More good things. If you're sad, if you're always everything is bad, somebody is treating you bad, you keep bringing in bad things. Sad, you keep attracting more bad things to keep happening to you. If you're happy, you're going to be attracting more good things. So there's no like that's how I am. I can be in the house, I'll start laughing. Why are you laughing? Oh, I thought of something. And then I'll just start laughing. I'm like, what's doing this? You just have to be happy.
Yeah.
It's part of it. Be happy. Oh, Corona, lockdown, everything is so bad. There's no money. And as you keep saying that, it's going to keep happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, there's no work. They fired me. This, that. Like, I get all the messages, the emails, the calls. Oh, this has happened to me. This is whereas I've even made more money during this period.
Right. Yeah.
If you have rich neighborhoods around you, dress fine. So dress fine, like you're going for a party. I'm serious. I'm telling you the secrets now.
Yes.
Walk into the name, like just walk, like do like a big man. Just walk. Enjoy the breeze, the air. Stand in front of the house. This house is fine. No. Let me take selfie. You have to absorb it in. If you don't know how to accept money, you can't.
Yeah.
Right? You can't. So purposely make friends. Like if it means pay money to bigger mentors just to be in their circle, do it. There's something they know that you don't know.
That's it. Yes. So true.
If they say come join a mastermind, do it. Like just do it. Like just find a way just to get in. You have to find a way to get in. You can't. You're delaying your destiny.
Mm.
Stop delaying your destiny. Stop. Yeah, stop. Everything is so bad. They told us to wear face mask. Oh, they fired me. They did this to me. They did that. I've experienced it all.
Yeah.
I've had people insult me. I've had people say all kinds of things to me. But you do not let it make you feel bad.
Mm. Mm.
Don't let it make you feel down.
Mm.
That's the wrong group. Right? Don't let it make you feel down. Don't. Like when I tell people that I used to be afraid of collecting money, that like they lie. How is it possible? It happens.
Yeah.
It happens to people, and it's actually happening real time to people.
Yeah.
Like there's a lady, she was telling me, oh, there's someone she knows that the person charges $2,000 for this thing that she's doing for $100. When she told me, I was like, why don't you charge $1,000? She was like, people don't have the money. People will not pay. COVID, everywhere is dry. I'm like, no, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
telling me right now somebody is charging this amount of money for what
Yes.
you're doing for $100. What's
Yeah.
wrong?
Mm.
Do you see? So it still boils down to mindset.
Absolutely.
Two people will know the same thing, the same skills, the same thing, but one would just be, another would be.
Yeah.
So when I say learn fast and take action, I mean learn fast and take action. So when I say go listen to audiobooks, I mean listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
Like listen to, there are some audiobooks I've listened to like 100 times.
Mm.
You have to knock it in your head.
It's reprogramming, reframing, reprogramming.
Paradigm shift.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, we have a tape playing in our head from what we were brought up with and the society. Yeah, your upbringing, your society, they kind of program and shape the way you are. So now it's left to you to rewrite that mental programming.
Mm.
So you need to rewrite. So I'm telling you this thing, like these are deliberate things you need to write down and make it a duty. You have to actually rewrite your mental programming. Yes, rewrite your mental programming every day. Your mental programming before you're thinking, is it okay to collect this amount of money? What if something happens and they come and shout about me on Instagram? And these are real thoughts people are having.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
These are real thoughts people, like I remember charging somebody $1,000. I didn't even know what I'm gonna do for the person. I charged $1,000 and the person paid. I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
And then I kept doing that. After a while, I didn't feel comfortable anymore. I'm like, I want more. I'm doubling. And I want more. I'm doubling.
Yeah.
Like if you don't rewrite your mental programming, you will keep doing the same thing.
Yes.
And like you just be at that point. You won't even understand what's happening. But you need to make it a duty that every day I'm gonna listen to that's why I don't watch all this news, all this. I don't watch them. It's let me tell you something. Instagram, they call it feed, right?
Yes.
Instagram feed. Spell feed. FEED. You're feeding yourself. You're feeding yourself. So you have on Instagram, Facebook. What are you feeding yourself?
Yes.
Question number one. Feed. You eat food, but you don't feed your mind.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I remember I got on a call with a lady. I asked her, because I qualify who I'm to work with and who I'm not to work with.
Yeah.
Right? So I asked her, when was the last time you went for a seminar or training? She said 2 years ago. Oh, you're not my client. Done.
Wow.
Like that was it. I already knew this is not it.
Yeah.
2 years ago,
Mm.
the last time I finished a 5-hour course was last night.
Mm. Mm.
2 years ago, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're wondering, you're still stuck at that same level. What are you doing? Your feed, right? Feed. Feed. They've said it now. Facebook feed, Instagram feed. They're feeding you. Yes. So you eat 3 times a day. How many times do you feed your mind?
Mm.
You don't feed your mind. You're eating, you're feeding your body, you do exercise, you do the weight loss, you do the that. Time to feed the mind. Read a book, read Bible, listen to an audio. You don't do it.
Mm.
And you say, I'm so sad and everything is so hard. You have opportunity, but you have internet too. And you have YouTube. YouTube is free. Oh. Then they are not even charging you anything to look at YouTube. What are you feeding yourself with daily?
Mm. Mm.
Feed yourself. You feed, you eat. So eat, do exercise, do exercise. Okay, feed the mind.
Yeah. Don't forget that part.
It's too boring. It's too long. It's too tiring. When does it get to the special stuff? I know it already.
Yeah. I've heard this before. I've heard this before.
You heard
Yeah.
it before. Someone sent me simple things you're teaching. I know it already. Oh, you know it already. Have you built your email list?
Mm.
Do you send emails every day?
Mm. Have you applied all these things that you know? Have you applied? Because you know what, Sarah? They say that knowledge is power, but I definitely have seen, learned, experienced that knowledge is not power. It's only when knowledge is applied does it become power. Up until then, it's just not.
Apply once. No.
Sorry?
You don't apply knowledge once.
No.
No, you have to master it.
Over and over and over.
That's it. Mastery.
Yes.
You take the simple things.
Yes. Yes.
And you master it.
Mm.
You're looking for the gold. I told you. Take the very simple things and master it.
Mm.
I was chatting with a guy and he was telling me he doesn't run ads.
Mm.
Right? And he's doing $10,000 in a month. Oh, what are you doing? He said he makes friends in the DM. Okay.
Mm.
You make friends in the DM. He said, yeah. That I make new friends every day. So I message people, say hi, we start chatting, and that's it. That's how I become friends. I'm like, and then from there, if they see we can work together, they pay me for my services. So you're not running ads and you're just making friends every day. Like, how many friends every day do you make? It was like he does 1,000 in a week.
Wow.
1,000. Oh my God. Simple things.
Yeah.
People don't even know how to make friends.
Mm.
People are not buying from me. Nobody's buying my product. Make friends. Get to know people. Get to know their problem.
Yes, that's what it is.
Am I talking about business? I'm just talking about life.
Yeah.
People don't know how to make friends. Read a book on how to make friends.
Yeah.
People forget these things. They read business books. They forget to read life books. Learn how to make friends. Some of you were not actually taught that. You thought you were taught that. You were not. You don't know how to make friends. Oh my God. Oh, see, this thing I'll say to you, it sounds light, right? I don't want to go too deep in it. Learn how to communicate with people. Learn how to communicate your message to people to understand.
Yes.
You have to learn it. Like when we were a baby, we learned how to crawl. right? Before we learned how to walk, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Crawling, right? And then when we try to stand up, we fall. We try to stand up, we fall.
Yeah.
And the baby will get back again. I want to get back. And we
Yeah.
fall, and he falls down. And you try to get back, the baby falls back, right? And then one day, the baby just stands.
They got it. Yeah.
Right? But now, we human beings, when we fall, we're like, oh my God, I'm not walking again. That's how we do.
Yeah.
But babies don't give up.
No.
Do they give up? Do they stop? But we human beings, just because we failed, maybe we failed our relationships, we failed in marriage, or we failed our business, we say, no, business is not for me. Making money is not for me. Marriage is not for me. You didn't even say, let me go back and learn.
Yeah.
Let me learn what I did wrong and what I did right. And what I did right. Then let me learn how I can be better.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Learn fast. So when I say learn fast, it has to do with relationships, with friendship. Learn how to make friends.
Yeah.
Learn how to care. You know why I'm saying this? Because there was a time that I was all about me, all about my problems, all about my headache. I'm like, oh, I'm struggling, I'm done. My life is this, my life is that. But I forget to ask about the other person. You forget to ask about how the other person feels, their feeling, how they feeling, how does everything go. You forget to listen.
Yeah.
Even in business, you forget to listen to your customers. Post. You post every day. You post. When was the last time you did calls, market research calls?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
When last did you ask your best customer, what is your struggle? What is your pain? You don't listen. You don't learn how to listen. Right? So you have to learn how to make friends, learn how to communicate. That's how I had to start learning copywriting. Learn copywriting and all of like I just thought it's all about typing. Just type something, just write something and the sales will come in. Just write something, the sales will come in.
Just doesn't work like that.
You have to learn how to communicate with people.
Basic skills.
Like
Master.
learn how to master basic skills. People don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
There was a day someone sent me a message and I get so many negative stuff, right? But I don't care. I'm playful, I'm funny, but I'm ruthless when it comes to business. I don't care, right? So when I started running ads fully for my business, I started seeing negative comments. People would tell me, why are you smiling like that? This kind of outfit. Oh, you're not pretty. One would say, oh, your website is not good enough. Oh, your stuff is not good enough. And I checked the person out. The person isn't doing crap online. People are quick to give opinions. Opinions are cheap.
Yeah.
They're cheap. It's free to give your opinion. Right? So I get a lot of negativity.
Of course.
So I built myself to filter it. I'm not here any negative. I'm not hearing it. I'm hearing money. I'm not hearing anything. Sarah, I know they hear. I remember working with a particular client and she was all covered up and all, and she ran ads on her picture and people are like, oh, are you trying to sell your body just to make money? Like, and she felt bad. I can't handle it. Please turn it off. Turn off the ad. I can't handle it. I can't handle like this is really bad. I can't handle it. You have to train your mind to be strong.
Yeah.
Right? So someone sent me a message and was like, oh, Sarah, I saw your free lead magnet on Facebook advertising. Well, I read your copy and it's kind of crappy. This is what the person said. Your copy is kind of crappy, I can help you write better copy. I'm a copywriter, blah, 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 blah. The person sent me a message. And I said, your first copy was the first message you sent to me, and you failed. You failed at your first copy.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me my copy is crappy?
Yeah.
You didn't even get to know me first. You're trying to pitch me your service, but the very basic human skill of knowing how to be nice, you don't know how to do it. So why should I pay you?
Never gonna happen.
Isn't it?
Never gonna happen.
Someone comes here and the person is insulting your work. You can't do the basic thing of saying, hi, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you did such an amazing job. Very simple compliment. You can't say it.
Yeah.
But you want me to pay you for your service. How? It doesn't just work. People don't know how to make friends. That's what I'm telling you right now. You think you know how to make friends? You don't know how to make friends. You have to learn how to make friends, number one. Then number two, you have to learn how to make friends with rich people. Those are two different things. Learn how to make friends, level one. Learn how to make friends with rich people. You don't know how to talk. Like, hi, how are you doing? You're doing such an amazing job. Don't know how to do all of that.
No, the basics is crazy. Sarah, here's the thing. I know when we get on the phone, we can talk for hours.
Yeah.
And and it's happening right now.
Yeah.
But I know that, not everyone, and I'm grateful for everyone who has stayed with us. Sarah has been dropping so many gems. Please, for those of you who missed parts, go back, check the replay, because there are things in here that can transform your life, your career, your business, only if you apply it. So please be sure to do that. Before we wrap up, Sarah, I want to ask you a question. And at first, also to thank you, because you have really given of yourself today, and I really do appreciate it. But Sarah, the question that I have is, if everyone on here were to forget everything that you have shared with us, and if there was only one key takeaway that you'd want us all to leave with, what would that one message be?
One message, it would still be seek knowledge and take action. That, like, you see those two there? Whether you're having spiritual problems, money problems, health problems, seek knowledge and take action in faith. Like, take action. Things doesn't have to look perfect before you start doing things. Right? So learn. There's something you don't know. And take action on that thing. You don't just read all the books, but you don't do anything. You just leave. You don't do anything. You don't go out there to do things. No, you have to take massive action.
Yeah.
So it's still it for me. That's like big life lesson out of hundreds, many more. But yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And you shared you got so much knowledge. And here's the thing, I specifically had to ask Sarah, let's not go too deep down the business road today.
Yeah.
Because I understand that, there may be some people on here who don't want to be in business and who that's not their dream, and that's perfectly fine. But it was really important that the transferable skills that Sarah has developed along her journey was shared in such a way that everyone could take value from. However, this is the part where I know many of you all in the comments must be wondering, how can we connect with you, Sarah? How can we work with you? How can we learn from you? And it's really important that, you're given this opportunity to share, because, when creating this platform, that's really what it was. It was supposed to be creating a platform for people who look like me and you, who are doing incredible things in our field, to expose ourselves to new audiences, to build and to let people know that actually there is value right here within our own community. There is value from people who are accessible to us. You know, I don't necessarily have to, if I don't have the capacity or the means to get to the big conferences, there is someone just on Facebook who I can follow, maybe on Instagram, who I can connect with, who will be sharing content on a regular basis to build me up, to edify me, to empower me, and to make me, to give me knowledge that I can apply and I can grow. So Sarah, how can we support you? How can we learn from you? How can we connect with you? How can people who are watching this, whether live or on the replay, how can we stay in touch and stay connected and be partakers of the great value that you share?
Okay, so you can, my website is sarahhq.com. Everything is there on my website. And I'm active, super active on Facebook and Instagram. So you can check me out on Instagram at Sarah Ize-Iyamu on Instagram. Go to the link in my bio. You will see all my free guides, my paid programs. And if you want to work with me and my team, you can book a call to work with me and my team. If you want to sell your knowledge online, you want to package your knowledge into a premium online course, because there's a mini online course and there's premium online course. So the premium online course, you want to know how to sell and make bulk money right away, book a call with my team and I, and we'll definitely go through your application and get you on a call with you and see how, if we're a good fit to work together. So check me out on Instagram at Sarah Ize-Iyamu. On the link in my bio, there are tons of free guides, paid programs you should join. If you don't have a website, don't worry. Just join any of my programs. All of that is sorted. Will be sorted out for you. Yeah, at Sarah, yes, Ize-Iyamu on Instagram. You can check me out at Sarah Ize-Iyamu, sarahhq.com, my website. sarahhq.com. Yeah, SAI, exactly. That's my website. So you can go to my website. You can see about me there. You can see my free guides, my free Facebook ads guides, my knowledge into cash guide, my programs. I have courses on Facebook advertising, on selling online, to set up your email marketing, email list, to build your email list, to do all of that. But if you want to work with personally, you want to get coached by my team and I, you can book a call with my team and I, and we would search you out. I'm not nice. You're gonna get the job done. I'm not nice, right? When it comes to work, I'm not nice. You're gonna get the job done, whether you like it or not, right? So, but you would love me when everything starts on it, because people need to be plugged.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here with us for this length of time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your openness, your honesty, your transparency. Thank you for all that you have poured into us. And to everyone who is watching at home, online, wherever you may be, thank you for being here, because if it weren't for you, there simply would not be a show to even talk about. So thank you for your time. It's been amazing spending time with you. With you, Sarah, thank you. With you, everyone who's been connecting with us online, whether on Facebook, whether on YouTube as well. We do this every single Sunday right here at the same time, 8 p.m. British Summer Time, 3 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, and midday if you're on the West Coast. I'm excited because I'm going to be back here again, same time next week with another special guest. And we're going to be doing it all over again. So remember, if you want to stay up to date with what we have going on here, if you want to get connected with some of my other special guests, go ahead and follow us on Facebook at I Am Naomi Empowers, or you can connect with us on YouTube For those of you who are watching the link, subscribe, press the notification bell, and you can stay connected with everything that we are doing. And so on that note, I want to wish everyone a fantastic week ahead. It is truly my hope that you apply the lessons that you have been taught today. And I'm looking forward to hear about the positive changes that are occurring in your lives. I'm looking forward to hearing about the wonderful things that you're able to start and kick off the ground as a result of learning fast and taking massive and consistent action. So on behalf of both Sarah and myself, it has been a wonderful pleasure having you all here with us for another episode of the Naomi Empowers Show. And I can't wait to see you all same time again next week. Take care, everyone. See you. Bye-bye.